J.D. Vance was accurately describing the migrant crisis fueled by Kamala Harris and Joe Biden when CBS moderator Margaret Brennan decided to insert herself with a fact check. Just to clarify for our viewers, Springfield, Ohio does have a large number of Haitian migrants who have legal status, she said smugly. Vance was rightly annoyed by the interruption and said, "The rules were that you guys weren't going to fact check, and since you're fact checking me, I think it's important to say what's actually going on." He then proceeded to truthfully, forcefully explain what legal status means. So there's an application called the CBP-1 app, where you can go on as an illegal migrant, apply for asylum or apply for parole, and be granted legal status at the wave of a Kamala Harris open border wand. At which point CBS decided to cut off his mic. This was the most shameful moment in a long history of shameful moments by moderators biased against Republicans. They fact-checked the truth, then stopped the politician from responding. It was made all the more partisan by the face that when Governor Tim Walz told the Howler that illegal border crossings are down compared to when Donald Trump left office, which is not even close to true, no one let out of a peep. Some facts are too good to check. Not to be left out, the New York Times posted that Vance's comments needed context. There is no way for migrants abroad to apply for asylum through an app, the Times claimed. The Biden administration, however, established an app that allows more than 1,000 migrants a day to schedule appointments at a port of entry where they can be granted parole into the country through the CBP-1 app. The migrants can then apply for asylum once they are in the United States in immigration proceedings. So if someone made an appointment through the app, showed up at the border or an airport, they are going to apply for asylum, right? Is there any chance they would be rejected and sent home? No? Then yes, they are applying for asylum through an app. The Times is relying on such an idiotic parsing of phrase that there's only one word to describe it: a lie. What Vance was explaining is absolutely, verifiably correct. There is no congressional authorization for the Harris-Biden administration to simply allow 1,000 people a day, 365,000 a year, to just walk across the border. Moreover, asylum law requires that seekers apply in the first safe country they enter. The White House is ignoring that rule. Venezuelans can walk through a half-dozen nations where they could apply for asylum, and they still let them apply here. They aren't required to remain in Mexico while their applications are processed, as former President Trump required. Not to mention that someone can only be granted asylum for political, religious, or racial persecution, not only because they want better economic opportunity. The process is being abused. And if the Democrats have their way, everyone who is here on an asylum claim will never be deported, whether their court claim succeeds or not.